Alrighty folks, how are we doing? This is a video that I'm so excited to share with you guys because for any trader out there, this right here that I'm going to share with you is going to be so beneficial to you and your trading. What we are going to be working on in this video is how to create a journal that looks like this, okay? So what this is going to do is not only help you create a journal that looks like this, but also have AI help you journal these trades for you so that you have all the information needed so that at the end of the week, you can go back and open up a trade like this, for example, where it summarizes it for you, double eval, how much my P&L was, the grade of the trade breakdown, and the reflection. And not only that, but you'll also have a link at the bottom where you can actually open up that image and see that trade, right? And now this is very crucial because many of you need to implement the fact that at the end of the week, you have to go back and review what you are doing right and what you were doing wrong. Not only that, but how you were feeling through that trade. For example, in this trade specifically, anxious throughout, really needed this to hit full TP. But emotional state needs to work. This re-entry habit mirrors revenge trading, psychology. Watch this closely. Now, all of this was done through Claude, right? So Claude is going to be very useful for you in this case scenario where it comes to Claude literally journals the trades for you, okay? So hopping right into it, we're not wasting absolutely no time. What we are going to be working with are two different things. One is Claude. Claude is an AI that I'm not sure if it recently came out or not, but it's something that I was recently introduced to and it is absolutely amazing. It's mind-blowing. Okay. Second app is Notion. And Notion is something that I've seen a lot of traders actually use to journal already. But when we are going to link Claude and Notion together, it is going to be something that you haven't seen before. Okay. What you are going to need is a free Notion account, absolutely free. Notion is free to use. And the second part is a Claude desktop app, right? You're going to have to download the actual app. You can't really do this on the just browser. You're going to need to use the app and you are going to need the pro account, which is paid for, but trust me, it is so worth it. Not only for trading, if you're in school, having the paid version of Claude is so good. So all you really need is a free Notion account, the Claude desktop app, the subscription for Claude, and just 30 minutes, okay? So what you're going to do is come here into Claude and you're going to click on the left side where it says projects, okay? You're going to click a new project and you're just going to name this whatever you want. I called mine Ace Trades, but for the purpose of this, let's just call this trading. Okay, what are you trying to achieve?
I am trying to optimize my trading and psychology in order to achieve a 10K month.
And obviously you can input whatever you want right here to, have it specifically tailored to yourself, okay? You're gonna click create project and you're gonna go back to new chat, you're gonna click this plus button right here, add to projects, and you're going to go to that trading, right? That project that you had just built. Now, what you want to do, and this part is so crucial, okay? What you want to do is tell Claude as much as you can about you, your trading style, things that you struggle with, and things that you are doing good, okay? So I'm not going to bore you with it, but I'm just going to show you how you would start. So, hey, my name is Steven, for example, right? I'm a day trader who has been trading for a year and a half. I'm looking to achieve my first 10K month. I'm going to all of it, just kind of like the first speeding part. I'm going to do my first 10K month. I trade NASDAQ. I use ICT concepts. I struggle with psychology, etc. Right? I'm not going to bore you with all that stuff. Just make sure you actually go into depth. Don't just do 2-3 sentences. Go into depth about everything. What you struggle with specifically. FOMO entries, revenge trading, how much you risk per trade, how many contracts you use on average, how many trades you're taking per day in general. What your entries look like, if they're if you have a continuation model, if you have a reversal model, what those models look like. Go into detail because this stuff matters, okay? So I'm going to fast forward to me actually talking to Claude for a bit. Now, once that I have gotten to the point where I've given Claude all the information about myself, my trading style, what I struggle with, and what I actually do well, now I am going to input the prompt that everything is in the description. There's a link to a Notion tab that is going to have step-by-step instructions on how to get this set up, including the link to download Claude, the link to download Notion. Everything is going to be included in that Notion page, including this template right here, right? So I want you to build the trading journal inside of Notion. You're going to input your instrument that you trade. I trade MNQ, and then in parentheses, I'm going to put NASDAQ futures with a prop firm. I'm going to put the name of the prop firm. I trade Alpha Futures and Lucid. I need the following pages inside my journal, a daily dashboard, blah, blah. Please build all these inside of my Notion page titled, and you're going to input your page name. Okay, so I'm going to put my page name. Okay, once you're done, you're going to click enter. And before you click enter, I want to emphasize that you do need to have gone into your settings, go to connectors right here, and make sure that Notion is actually connected to your Claude. So that way you can actually have Claude build this out for you and you don't have to do any work. Okay, so go back. Once you have that Notion template set up, click enter, and it's going to build it out for you. As you go through this, it's going to come up with Claude wants to use Notion, create database from Notion. As these things come up, click always allow. Okay. The other thing too that I want to emphasize is that you are going to have to go back. You see Claude wants to use Notion, create, always allow once again. The other thing I want to emphasize is that it is not going to be perfect on the first try, right? So as Claude builds out this Notion template for you, you are going to have to go back and actually tweak certain things that you want to see differently. For example, on my first try, it didn't build that monthly calendar with the P&L and the trade logs that I want. So I'm going to have to go back and actually ask Claude to build out that monthly calendar so that it looks something like this. I'll show you guys. So it looks something like this with all my P&L per day on that monthly calendar, right? So I'm going to write out, make sure there's a monthly calendar view where you journal each trade for me. All right, so Claude was able to complete that for us. It says done. The monthly calendar view is now live inside your trade log database. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to show you guys real quick. It has built out this trading journal for us, right? It says daily dashboard, psychology check-in, weekly review, 10K blueprint. All these tabs are going to be very, very useful for you, okay? So when you go to trade log, this is what it's going to look like right now, right? Monthly calendar. So right now it's empty. So what we're going to do is try and enter my trade today. All right. So what I'm going to do is right now, this is a trade I took today. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Or what you could also do is come right here to the top right, click the camera where it says take a snapshot. You're going to download that image. Okay. You're going to come back into Claude, add files. And once you upload that image, you're going to type out, I want you to journal this trade for me. Ask me any questions that might be necessary. I don't know what's necessary. Journal it for me. Add it to the monthly calendar as well. All right, perfect. So now that you uploaded this picture with this message right here, Claude is asking me for a couple of questions. So which account was this trade on? I'm going to put something else, all 3 accounts. What was the direction and result? Long, and we won. How would you grade this trade honestly? Full model, clean entry. That was for today. Obviously, that is going to vary depending on what trade you took and if it was part of your model, if it was just a revenge trade, whatever it was. So now that it's going to analyze your answers to all these questions, it is going to ask you for an entry price, exit price, and P&L, right? So that varies depending on your trade specifically. So for this trade, I'm gonna do entry was at 26,315, exit was at 26,362. And what else did it ask me for? P&L. P&L was 570.5. Bam. So Claude just logged this trade for me, right? So now if we go back to Notion, we see, boom, it logged this trade for us. Everything that you need to know, entry price, exit price, FOMO entries checked off because I followed my entry rules, as notes for you, all that stuff. Now, as I said before, you can keep talking to Claude and add more things, right? So I could also add, I want you to add a reflection part where I tell you how I was feeling during the trade and if I was happy I took the trade or not. I want you to ask me questions about how I feel every time I go down the trade. So now the best part about this too is you don't have to manually go and take the screenshot, enter the trade into your Notion template, this and that. You literally, all you have to do is take the screenshot, upload it to Claude, and Claude is going to ask you all these questions. And then it's going to journal it for you. So how were you feeling before you entered this trade? I was calm and confident. How were you feeling during the trade? I was nervous and wanted to close early. I'm not gonna lie. Are you happy you took this trade? Yes, 100%. I would take it. Again, yes, but I had doubts in the moment. Honestly, yes, but I did have doubts in the moment. And then bam, it's going to log all of that information into that journal so that at the end of the week, when I go to do my weekly review, and once again, always allow, I can have all this information that is tailored specifically to how I traded that week. And I could go back and reflect on what I need to improve upon, why I'm feeling anxious. If I'm feeling anxious a lot throughout all these trades, I'm probably going to need to go back and back test so I can improve upon this anxiousness and get rid of it, right? Have more confidence in my model. I know this is going to be so helpful to every single one of you. For the most part, you guys all already journal, but I think this is going to help you become such a better journaler or whatever, because it is so easy. And Claude is going to ask you all the questions necessary. I know some of you are very lazy when it comes to journaling, including myself. Sometimes I don't even want to journal, or sometimes I won't write out my reflection. I won't write out my trade breakdown. All I will do is just take the screenshot and upload that. That's it. But with Claude, it's going to make it so much easier for you to actually go back and realize like everything that you need to know about that trade and how you were feeling that day when you took that trade. All right. So if that helps, I really hope you guys drop a subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, whatever, all that good stuff. And once again, the link to the step-by-step instructions is in the description. It's going to help you guys go through this and make it a lot easier if I maybe didn't explain certain parts correctly. All right. As always, I love you guys and I hope this video helped.